With Lululemon stock down more than 37% year to date in 2025, a lot of investors want to know what's going on with Lululemon stock. I'm going to answer that question in this video, looking at what management had to say about the company's latest developments, revenue growth, profit margins, tariff implications, and what the company sees looking ahead. I'll also share with you my recommendation for Lululemon stock, let you know if I think it's a buy on this dip here or if investors should avoid this company amid rising geopolitical tensions and macroeconomic headwinds. And so Lululemon told investors that the revenue growth for the quarter came in at the higher end of their guidance range. So they told investors a range of where they thought their revenue could end up in the most recently completed quarter. And the results were closer to the higher end of the guidance rather than the lower end of the guidance. And that's good news for investors. Their revenue in the United States specifically grew 2%, which was an improvement in the trend they've seen over the last few quarters, compared to a company like Nike, which demonstrated or reported revenue declines of roughly 10% in their most recently completed quarter. You can notice Lululemon gaining market share in the category. Their first quarter revenue performance and what they're seeing so far in Q2, they're maintaining their revenue guidance for the full year. And that was a relief, right? Because over these last few months since April, the President of the United States has implemented a huge increase in tariffs on the United States trading partners, which has big implications for Lululemon, since Lululemon manufactures most of its products outside of the United States and imports them into the United States. And so it has huge implications for the company. Investors, including myself, were concerned about how its business, how its revenue outlook would be reshaped for the rest of this year as a result of that big change in policy that was negative for Lululemon. That's why I told investors all year long, I've been telling investors not to buy Lululemon stock. That is until today. Until today, I updated my recommendation for Lulu's stock and I upgraded it to a buy, given my analysis of the company's most recent earnings call, given my analysis of where tariffs are heading and the consumer response to those tariffs, and my assessment of what's going on in its industry. I looked at the valuation and compared it to all of those factors, and I upgraded Lululemon stock to a buy today. Click the link below to watch the full video.